One thing, Chris, that I keep hearing about you is you're kind of the big brother of this year's team. How do you feel about that nomination?
Oh, I feel good about it. It makes sense. I've been around. I think Austin and I have been here all 4 years. We're only two that have been here that long, so it makes sense, and I'm used to the role already.
Yeah, in this day and age, staying in one place for 4 years, the men's basketball level, that's kind of unusual. What have you gotten out of your 4 years at Jewel?
So much. The biggest things I've gotten out of it are the intangibles. Just the experience of having to do basketball, and then the school is challenging, and then the environment and making friends. You learn so much. You can't even think about it all. There's so much to kind of appreciate about being here.
Well, so going back to the big brother thing, is that something you can pass along to your teammates, younger especially, by kind of just living your life and doing what you do, or do you actually talk to them about that?
No, definitely. I certainly hope to pass that on. I know as the senior going out, you'll want to try to instill like the existing team. I don't want to say spirit, but kind of stigma into them. So going out, I definitely try to, by showing and by being an example, I think is the biggest way you can speak to them about that. I have spoken to guys, but again, being an example is the biggest thing I can do right now.
Christopher Morrison is our guest, and we have 8 seniors, 8 of them on this team. Tough going at first here, but we're playing well right now. What do you see as the bigger difference, say, from December to here in February?
The biggest difference right now, I'd say definitely as a team we're more focused. I think meshing-wise, on and off the court, that's not been a problem. I think it's the everyone to be on the same page and everyone to have the same drive and the same focus. That's what's really gotten us to where we are now as compared to December.
One of the things I think you have led, and that's kind of I don't know what to call it, a cheerleading mentality on the bench. You guys are always into the game. In fact, Jill Slominski has said through the year she wishes the women's team could do what you guys do on the men's team as far as supporting your teammates. It's extraordinary. And tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, definitely. Everyone on the team wants to do their part, whether you're in or out of the game. So if we can bring any kind of energy off the bench, especially on away games, that's a huge game changer, because energy isn't something that just happens. It's something that's kind of you have to work for. So if we can bring that and help the people who are on the court, that's what we're all about.
Christopher Morrison, he is from Lee Summit, Missouri. You were homeschooled, if I recall, and what's that experience? And now looking back on it 4 years, what was the transition like between that kind of education and a Jewel education?
The biggest difference for me is I guess I wouldn't say structure, because I had that in both, but I'd say something that went across both being homeschooled and being here is it's kind of as you say, self-structured. A lot of it's on your own. A lot of the responsibility is on you to get the studying done, to get everything finished on time, and etc. But that's something that's kind of paralleled. The difference, the transition would be. I don't know. I guess having, going from any high school to college, the professors are different. The higher learning is, it's a little, the learning curve is a little bit different. But I think the way I did it, I'm super happy. I think I wouldn't have done it any other way.
Chris, let me tell you a story about a guy who went to a high school, a public school, and coasted his last 2 years, and then got to college and had no study skills or discipline whatsoever. That was me. And so I suppose the discipline thing and the time management thing probably was something you had to deal with a little bit more before you got to college.
Yeah, definitely. The way that my family did school was it was flexible, but because of that you had to be disciplined in a way that you did get it done, because you could, if you slipped up, you could get behind, and that's not something you want to do because you get swamped, especially being in basketball season. So just having that experience really helps me right now and also in the future, hopefully.
Well, and just to end my story, undergrad college was 9 of the best years of my life, so I really can't fault that. Christopher Morrison was our guest. Let's go back to basketball for a second. Who is the best dunker on the team? Because you come out in pregame warm-ups and you put on a show. Who's the best dunker?
Oh, man. I like to put myself up there pretty high. I think let's see, I got to think here. Along with me, it might be Patrick Whelan. But I don't know. We'll have to have like a dunk contest after the season to see who is like the official best one.
Well, folks, I'm telling you, it's worth the price of admission. Come out and watch Chris warm up because you can get up there. And that's always fun to watch that. Hey, you told me you're graduating in May. What's your degree going to be in, and what are plans for after Jewel?
All right. Graduation in May. I will be graduating with a degree in business administration and applied critical thought and inquiry. And then plans after that, I'm networking right now, looking at places like Cerner, and then there's other companies I'm looking for. I'm moving in with a buddy straight out of school, so we're trying to kickstart things early off in May. But right now I'm still getting some networking done for the occupational aspect.
You have a field kind of, or a vision for maybe 10, 15 years down the road of where you'd kind of like to end up, or what kind of business you'd kind of like to end up in?
Right now, I'm not super picky. I'm not really. I don't want to say I'm not planning for the future, but I'm open to a lot of things. Right now, I'm looking at some kind of companies like Cerner who are kind of software based, but they also have business aspects to it as well. Anything along those lines. So I guess with business, you have a pretty wide field. So that's why I'm trying to keep it open.
Yeah, I think kind of what you're saying is that you need to get a job before you can look too far in the future.
Exactly. Yeah.
Chris, would you tell us a little bit about your family, please?
Yeah. I got a mom and dad. Rhonda and Curtis are their names, and then I have 2 brothers. I'm the middle one. I have a younger brother named Evan and an older one named Kyle. Older brother, he is he's at UCM studying right now, and then little bro, he's going to be graduating in May from high school. So that's pretty much the wrap up of my family.
Final thing here, again, kind of off the topic, but I walk in a couple of days a week and see you fencing. You may be the tallest fencer we've ever had. What's Coach Holly's fencing class like?
That's amazing. It's hands down the best class I've ever experienced at Jewel. It's super fun. Fencing in and of itself is super interesting. Just watching it and being able to participate in it is another level of, it's awesome is all I can say about it. Watching Coach Holly do his thing and teaching, it's something else. But everyone enjoys the class. I know anyone in that class who's not having a good time. And plus, we're learning and actually doing pretty decent in fencing. So.
Well, he has always said it's his favorite class to teach. Do you see the way he teaches in your fencing class similar to basketball practice?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. His teaching style is the same, but I think back to your comment about what he said about liking to teach fencing is he explained that it's something that practically no one has any experience with. So he gets the ability to teach a clean slate, which is, I think, a really cool point.
Yeah, good point. Chris, we wish the absolute best for you in the future. Always a great guy to be around, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure you are at graduation and seeing what you do in the next few years.
Sam, thank you very much.
Christopher Morrison, our guest, and we'll be back with more on the HyVee Halftime Report.